Good morning. Welcome back to Crypto Warehouse and a very early show today. It's 10 a.m. It's not 11 a.m. It's the 20th of December. 5 days to go till Christmas, and we have our Christmas party today at 12 o'clock. So we need to get the show up, running, and done and out by 11 o'clock just to make sure we can turn up and have our crackers and our turkey. So what we're going to go through today, have a quick look at the markets. We're going to have a look again at the Bitcoin ETFs. We're going to have a look at an idea of where Ethereum can go to. I'm going to give you my opinions. We have another expert giving their opinion, which is $11,000 ETF. We have the S&P giving their opinion on stablecoins, MUSK, and then we're going to finish with a token called Reach. And then, if we have time, we are going to do a quiz. Remember, if you're watching, wherever you're watching, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, comment in chat, let me know what you're doing today. Are you off for Christmas now? Have you finished? Have you got any Christmas meals left to go to? Let me know, and we will get on with the show. So first of all, crypto markets are back up 1.47%. Volume is up just a touch. Bitcoin dominance, 52.2%. Again, I think that's going to go higher in the next few months, especially January, February, March, and April. The first 4 months of next year, we could be seeing the 55s, the 56s, the 58s for Bitcoin dominance. Ethereum dominance, which was way up at 20%, has fallen by the wayside this year. You can see that by the year-to-date returns. Bitcoin is at 160. Ethereum is at 85. Bitcoin has blown everybody apart from maybe Solana and a few other altcoins like AVAX out of the water in the last 24 hours. Then Near Protocol is up. Stacks, C, we're going to cover C today, I believe. Mina, Sui is up. Injective, Blur, Oasis, some good gainers in the last 24 hours. And losers, Bonk is down. Sats, well, we're not going to mention that. Audi is down. Osmosis is down. Not too many losers compared to the red days that we saw over the weekend where literally everything was down 20-25%. So what we're going to do, I'm very wary of time today, is we're going to go and have a look at the article about Galaxy. And I'm reading this article today from a website called Milk Road, when it decides to load. Now, Milk Road is a email newsletter that goes out every, I think it's 5 times a week. It's a pretty good newsletter, especially for beginners. They talk about crypto in a general term. They're not too specific. It's a pretty good newsletter. I'm not affiliated to them. I am subscribed, and they do a very good job of sending out a condensed list of daily news. And I think this is probably the first article I've ever read from them. So maybe their newsletter website combination is starting to push them up the Google algorithms. Who knows? So Galaxy Digital CEO expects Bitcoin ETF green light in January. This is what we've been wondering, haven't we? We're 99% certain that it's going to be before January the 10th. We're 99% certain. But there is the black swan at the back of our minds that somebody's going to try and delay it. So let's see what's happened. So Mike Novogratz predicted the US regulators will finally approve a spot Bitcoin ETF in January. The crypto bull said that the SEC likely faces a 10th of January deadline to rule on a batch of Bitcoin applications by firms like Grayscale. He argued the latest Fed signals make an SEC thumbs up more likely. The Fed pivot is boosting the odds of a Bitcoin ETF approval. January the 10th deadline. A dozen issuers have spot Bitcoin ETF proposals. So we are in the countdown. Now bear in mind, today is the 20th of December. We are 3 weeks, potentially 3 weeks from the Bitcoin ETF. There are a lot of people who are saying that we're going to see $100,000 Bitcoin on January the 11th, the day after. It doesn't work that way. Temper your expectations. If we can get to $50,000 by the end of the year, potentially we can get to $55,000, $60,000 within a short time of the ETFs being live. Remember that ETFs, although they are being granted on January the 10th, that will cause a pump in the market. But the trading of those ETFs isn't probably going to be until February. So there's going to be a small lag between the ETFs being approved and when they can be traded. But we will still see a pump in January when they are approved. So there's a couple of things on the horizon. Who's going to make the move first? Who's going to buy Bitcoin first? Have we been seeing Bitcoin being bought all year? Probably. Are we going to see Bitcoin being bought over Christmas in the lead up to January the 10th? Yes. Are we going to see a big pump at the start of the year? I think so. When they're approved, we're going to see a pump, but I don't think we're going to see trading until February. That could cause a third pump in the price of Bitcoin, but I'm not predicting $100,000 anytime soon. As I said, if we can get to $50,000 or $60,000, I would be very, very happy. Remember, the all-time high is 69,000. We are still a year and a half away from the all-time. We're still 18 months away from where we should see the next all-time high. We don't want to go too soon. We don't want to burn off too much steam just yet. We want to build momentum nice and slowly. So we're going to move on very quickly. Have a quick look at the Bitcoin chart. I'm not going to spend a great deal of time on this. Like I say, I don't have a lot of time to spend on the show today. So as you can see, we are still hanging on to our range, which is currently moving up to 42,000, about 42,750 is the bottom of our range. We're still in this channel. I am expecting a move up. I drew this yesterday. I'm going to draw it again today. I'm expecting this kind of move by the end of the year, which puts us very nicely at about 50,200. Remember, my first target is 48,000, or 47,800 is my next target. So I think at some point there's going to be something that's going to trigger this move. I'm not saying it's going to follow the precise curve, but I do think if we maybe move this over here just a little bit, that would be Boxing Day at 49,500. So I think that's where we're going to go. I can't see anything on the horizon that's going to bring the price down. I just can't see it. I mean, there is the black swan of the SEC saying they're not going to approve it in January, or they're going to appeal in January. They could do that, but they're running out of days. Remember that the state offices in America, they close for the Christmas period, so they're running out of days to appeal. I don't know what they're going to do, but I think that is more than likely going to be the move. And again, we can move this further back down here. You can see, look, we have the same curve, the same curve, the same curve, or maybe move it down a little bit more to be about there. So potentially we will retest the top of this range at 44,000. That's about the 23rd of December. That's 3 days from now before moving up. Again, I could be wrong. It has been known. So let's move on very quickly to look at Ethereum. I'm just going to check to see if I need to drop any boxes. Yes, I do. Let me drop a box for you now. I can't. By the way, I used to read through messages. I used to read through messages that people leave in chat, but over the last couple of months, I can't see anything. We've got Nabir33 spamming chat. I can't ban him. We've got User9D spamming chat. I can't ban him. So I can't see what people are typing, which is a shame. So all I can do is drop boxes for you guys to claim, and then hopefully I can catch a conversation during the quiz. 1 minute, let me drop this. Okay, 1 second, that should be in chat now. There we go. And remember, if you are watching us and you're not on an exchange, the links to the exchanges that we stream on are underneath this video. So make sure to come and watch us on one of these exchanges that we list on, simply because we give away crypto on nearly every stream. So come and say hello and let us know which one you decide to join. So let's move on very quickly now to Ethereum. Ethereum is my second biggest bag behind Bitcoin, and I've said this before, there's problems with Ethereum, but there are problems with every chain, and no chain exists without problems. Even Bitcoin has its own inherent problems. It has politics, it has slow speeds, it has issues with capacity. There's lots of problems with every chain. No chain is perfect. So when you read these articles about Ethereum having validator problems, or Ethereum having this, Ethereum having that, they do, but everybody else has problems as well. So you have to weigh up the problems to decide for yourself whether Ethereum is still going to be the smart contract chain of the future. And at the minute, there isn't really any competition. Maybe Solana, but Solana doesn't have the volume yet. Sorry, doesn't have the liquidity that Ethereum has. It has the volume, but it doesn't have the liquidity. It doesn't have the amount of stable coins. It doesn't have all of the community that Ethereum has. But on its own merits, it's a really good chain to look at, Solana. So Ethereum to $10,000 is programmed. Analyst gives 11 reasons why. Ethereum is the crypto token in focus, as the crypto analyst has 11 reasons why it is programmed to hit $10,000. So remember, where are we today with the price of Ethereum? I think we're at $2,100, $2,200. So we're talking about a 4.5x from here. I completely agree with him. In a post on X, prominent crypto analyst Altcoin Daily mentioned Ethereum's deflationary status as one of the reasons it will easily hit $10,000. This has been a major talking point, even as the number of ETH burned continues to outpace the number of those issued. Remember, it has become deflationary. There's 120 million ETH, and this number is going to fall. The more the platform builds and the more the platform generates fees, the more the platform is interacted with, the more Ethereum is burnt. Now, to balance out that burn, of course, Ethereum is paid to the validators to help secure the network, but the validator fees are less than the fees being burnt, so it's become deflationary, only by about 0.5% to 1% a year, but it's become deflationary. Bitcoin still has a level of inflation, which will drop from April next year, but Ethereum this cycle round is not going to be the Ethereum of 2021. It's a new cycle because it's gone from proof of work to proof of stake. I've said it many times. Now, if we were to 4.5x the market cap of Ethereum, it would put it at just over 1.1 trillion. It's easily doable. From where we are now, it's easily doable, because when Bitcoin has its ETF approved in January, the next coin, and in fact the applications have already gone in, the next coin going through this process will be Ethereum. We are seeing the big major institutions now talking about Ethereum as a commodity, not as a security. That can happen. Good morning, Harry. Welcome to the stream. So Ethereum is going to become a commodity in the eyes of the SEC, in the eyes of the financial system, which will then lead to an ETF, which will lead to the $1.2 trillion. I think $10,000 to $12,000 for an Ethereum, easy, absolutely easy. So we're not going to read through all of the reasons why Ethereum is going to hit $10,000, but just look at the demand, look at the total value locked, look at how the ecosystem is working. It has its own multi-billion dollar assets and layer 2s sitting on top of it. Polygon has just taken over from, has just taken Sandbox over. All of those layer 2s utilize Ethereum. So you have layers upon layers sitting on top of Ethereum. Ethereum is like the operating system. Everything uses it. And the more usage it gets, the more fees and the more burn, the lower the number of Ethereum there will be. So as far as I can see, we're looking at $10,000 to $12,000. That's the price range I would be looking to sell Ethereum in the next bull run. But again, we could be talking nonsense, because by the time Bitcoin hits new all-time highs, we could be looking at a $250,000 Bitcoin. If we're looking at a $250,000 Bitcoin, we're looking at a minimum of a $15,000 Ethereum. So even $10,000, in my opinion, I know I read a lot of these Moonboy articles out, $10,000 is very conservative, more likely $15,000. But again, everything depends on where Bitcoin ends up. If we end up with a 500,000 or a 300,000 Bitcoin, again, the price of Ethereum is going to follow that up to maybe $20,000, $25,000. So just bear in mind, everything is still hinged on Bitcoin. You are going to have coins that are going to move out of that cycle. We've seen it with Solana. We've seen it with AVAX. But at the end of the day, Bitcoin is still the top dog. Now, as we're going to look at here, let's very quickly get rid of some of these markers. So where do I see Ethereum heading by the end of the year, which is what everybody really cares about? I think if we can get back towards $2,400 to $2,500 by the end of the year, we've got 11 days left. So I expect $2,500 for Ethereum by the end of the year. If Bitcoin goes to $48,000 to $50,000, Ethereum's going to be at $2,500, which puts us at the top of this range. Now, bear in mind, I am going a lot faster than normal today, simply because my Christmas turkey is calling me. So it is. And remember, if you are new here, you've never been here before, don't forget to hit the follow button, smash the like button, and let us know where you are. We've got Harry in chat. Oh, congratulations, by the way, Harry. Congratulations. Harry is expecting, well, he's not expecting, his girlfriend is. So I wish him all the best with that and the sleepless nights. So say, I don't know how you pronounce it, has been on a bit of a run. Is it too late to buy the coin? It's gone up 20% as exclusive Telegram crypto casino approaches launch. Anything that's got this in the title immediately fills me with dread when I show people, because Telegram and casino, in my eyes, shouldn't go together. So I know crypto is a risky asset, but gambling is the toss of a coin at the end of the day. I'm not really going to be into the habit of promoting anything to do with gambling on these streams. Number one, because it's not something I want to cover. And number two, it's not something that I want to cover on the exchanges that we stream on. So we'll move down. So the C network is an open source layer 1 blockchain. It's gone up 20%. Markets appear to have flipped bullish on the promise of empowering developers with hyper-fast throughput set to parallelize EVM. Yeah. Is it too late to buy the pump? We're going to go through the chart. That's what we're going to do first of all. But the key here is, and the reason I bring up these coins is, first of all, we try and find your coins which haven't pumped. That's the first thing. The second thing we do is, when we find a coin that has pumped, we explain the reasons why it's not likely to pump too much further. So if you're new to crypto and you come along and you see these coins and you see something like this, right? The red area is where you should have been buying this coin. This green pump up here at 38 cents is where you sell. And you don't sell forever. You don't sell out of the coin never to return. You take profits, because if you've been buying it at 10, 11 cents, You've 3x'd your money in a space of maybe 2 months, 3 months, 4 months. Take some profits. Take out 30, 40, 50% of the money you've made. That way you walk away with a profit and you're left with what's called a moon bag. And moon bag is basically free. If you put $100 into crypto or a cryptocurrency and that becomes worth $300 and you take out $150 of that, put it to one side, that's your profit and your original investment back. What's left is what's called a moon bag. It's not free, but it's as close as to free as you can get. So if you've been buying it at 10, 15 cents, great, take some profits. Personally, look at the market cap, 880 million. How much higher is it going to go? Could it hit $1 billion? Yes. Could it hit 2 billion? Yes. So you're looking at potentially 1.5xing from where we are today, but we've already 3x'd. That's the risk you have to take, or not risk you have to take. That's the risk you have to weigh up when you're looking at these coins. Is it going to take me any further? I mean, let's go to the daily. Now, looking at the fib levels, again, I was saying down here, anything in the red zone is buy. That's the area to be buying these tokens. Now look what happened. We've come up. This was the major breakthrough for me. We had a test here. We came back down. We've retested. We came back down again, but then we broke multiple layers. And as that chart was showing you, we've gone into this kind of, potentially this kind of channel, with a dip in the middle when we had the problems with Elizabeth Warren and it caused the markets to pop. So in theory, we are following the same kind of pattern we would have followed if we hadn't have had the Elizabeth Warren issue. However, we're approaching 41 cents. And for me, I'm thinking we're not going to get there. And if we do get there, we're going to find resistance. We have to find resistance somewhere. Remember, we've gone from 23 to 38 in the space of 2 days. That's a 60% pump in 2 days. You should not be buying at that price, in my opinion, especially with a high market cap. If this had a market cap of 30 or 40 million dollars, then, you know, all bets are off. We could see this. Okay, look at Bonk, for example. Look where Bonk went. But the market cap is like that elastic band. And the elastic band should be what stops you from running too far ahead of yourself. Because if we go from 37 cents to 54 cents, that's only a 16-cent move. But that's a $400 million move. And that puts it at 1.2 billion. So I am always wary about these coins that have had such a good run up. Celestia is the same. Why is Celestia still pumping? Because of the airdrops associated with staking it. That's why it's pumped so much and why the price hasn't retraced so much. With this, I would be looking at something like this, okay? And that bring it down to this level here, and I would be looking to buy. If you want to buy into this token, I'd be looking at that range there. That's your hitbox for buying say for me. It's not here. And yes, don't get me wrong, we could very well do this, but at some point we're going to come back down. So be careful when you see trending coins like that. Look at the market cap of the trending coin. Like I said, it's a different scenario if it's a $50 million market cap or a $100 million market cap, because then you can say to yourself, could it 10x from here? Well, 50 to 500 million, lots of coins do that in a very short space of time. Can it go from 500 million to 5 billion? Very unlikely. If we look at Bonk, Bonk had a stratospheric run up to 1.6 billion. It's now retraced. It cannot sustain those market caps when it doesn't do anything. It's a meme coin. Pepe did the same thing. Pepe ran up to about 2 billion. Look at where Doge went to. Look at where Shiba Inu went to. Look at where they finally reached. 44 billion, $77 billion market caps in the bull run. They're now back at 10 and 4 billion. So even they can't sustain those prices. I know we've had the bear market, but what I'm saying is that you need to look at multiple things when you buy into a coin, because all that happens is you're going to keep buying here, then the price is going to come down, and then it'll go up here, and you're going to buy here, and the price is going to come down and go up again, and you're going to buy here, and you're going to be the exit liquidity at all of these stages. You're going to be the exit liquidity for all of the people that bought down here, and that's all that's going to happen. So don't make those mistakes. They're mistakes that you make when you're new to crypto, which is fair enough. Fair enough. Now we're going to move on. Again, if you are speaking in chat, I cannot see any of the messages because we have a glut of spam messages in chat. So Amin is spamming, Rohit is spamming. I just can't see anybody's messages. Park Sun Nuke, guys, Doge. Yeah, you know what, Doge will pump when Elon Musk decides to announce that Doge is going to be the tipping feature on X. Then yes, Doge will pump. I have predicted Doge is going to be the altcoin to buy this year, and I'm wrong because it hasn't been announced yet, and I was expecting it to be announced this side of the new year, and it hasn't been. So early next year, maybe he's going to coincide it with the bull run, but for me, Doge, 20, 30, 40, 50 cents. I don't hold any Doge. I am not a fan of... I'm not really a fan of meme coins, but I am a fan of SHIB. So we're going to move on very quickly. We've got half an hour left. There we go. Finally. So S&P's stablecoin report is a vote of confidence for crypto, but does crypto care? No, it doesn't. Let's be fair. Crypto doesn't care about what traditional finance says about its products. Remember that El Salvador, Argentina, Brazil, all been trying to look at adopting crypto. The IMF have been coming down on them like a ton of bricks. Elizabeth Warren has been trying to bring in this crypto bill. Who is it sponsored by? The banks. Who has helped write it? The banks. So the banks do not want anything to do with crypto unless they can make an awful lot of money out of it. Jamie Dimon doesn't like crypto. His company has applied for a Bitcoin ETF. Do what they do, not what they say. That's the golden rule. And remember, if you're wondering why all of these different organizations, the IMF, European Central Bank, the Fed, if you're wondering why they're all against crypto, it doesn't actually have anything to do with crypto. It's to do with controlling the money supply. So if you look at what happens with global trade, global conflict, what do people do? Well, if you look at the most recent one, they have carried out various financial restrictions against some of those countries. So finance is a tool. I'm not going to use the W word, but finance is a tool that countries use to stop certain countries from doing things they don't want them to do. You could call it blackmail. That would be one way to look at it. But it's control. When you have crypto, especially Bitcoin, Bitcoin is an uncontrollable, uncensorable asset. If you own Bitcoin in your wallet, and that wallet is in a ledger in your pocket, or maybe not in your pocket, in a hidden location where nobody knows where it is, there is not a human being alive that can take it off you. Cash, especially when we move to digital cash, governments can seize or freeze your assets without your say-so. Now, I am not going to give my opinion on whether that is right or wrong, because in certain instances it's a good thing, and in certain instances it's an abuse of power. But it's all about control. So do I care about what stable coins are treated at? Do I care whether they are audited? Yes, I care about the audit. Do I care what S&P think about them? Absolutely not. Now, one thing I want to tell you about stablecoins, the reason I brought this up is not to tell you or read the article, but just to explain how stablecoins make their money. A lot of people wonder what a stablecoin does. So if you take $100 and you deposit it with Tether, they will give you $100 of Tether, which is a synthetic one-for-one digital dollar, which you can then go and buy Bitcoin with or send it to an exchange and trade with it, whatever it might be. Tether doesn't keep a bank account with $80 billion in. $90 billion in now. What they do is they buy government bonds, or they buy government debt, or they invest in T-bills, treasury bills, whichever way you want to describe them. And that will pay them potentially 3 or 4% interest a year. Now, 3% interest a year on 90 billion is $2.7 billion. So they make $2.7 billion a year in interest just by holding those dollars. Now, the trust comes in the fact that they do have 91 billion. And that's why there is a peg. And a peg is the price of the coin. So if you look at the Tether chart, for example, it will show you a very, very nice... There we go. Let's go over a little longer period of time. So you will see that the price of Tether, the dollar to dollar, it does change, but ever so fractionally. Over a period of time, you will see very few little dips. But overall, it's $1. So they make money, a lot of money out of stable coins, and they honor your money. So if you go to Tether and say, I've got $100,000, can I have $100,000 in cash? They will do that trade for you. They'll probably charge you 0.1% for doing the trade, but that's how it works. So do I care about what the S&P rates it as? No. All I care about is the audits, and the audits have Do they have the $90 billion? Yes, fine. Now, we're doing really well for time. I've got 28 minutes left, 2 articles, and then we can do the quiz. And then I can go and eat my turkey. Right, I'm going to drop another box, I think. And remember, wherever you are, smash the like button. Let us know you care. It's Christmas. It's a time of giving and caring. Let me know you care by smashing the like button. There we go. Now, I don't know if Tariq is watching because I can't see chat, but I promised to do a video on the Ponk NFT Magic Eden marketplace listing, and I simply haven't had any time to do it. So I will get it done in the next couple of days. We have until the 22nd or the 23rd, so it's probably going to be done either this afternoon or tomorrow morning. I don't know when. Anyway, moving on. Elon Musk's new X upgrade praised by crypto community. New tweet published by Elon Musk about the new X upgrade has gotten the crypto community excited. Centi-billionaire, I've never heard him called that before, in the tech space, Elon Musk announced a major upgrade. This tweet by the Xbox, maybe we've read that bit before, come on. In his tweet, he presented an important upgrade to community notes. This X service provides corrections to news published with tweets will now work faster. The upgrade was explained in plain language to X users. This builds upon a recent update, moving the community notes scoring system from a batch update to real time. Several major crypto-themed accounts influential in the crypto space responded to Musk's tweet, showing their enthusiasm and support for the newly implemented upgrade. Recently, Musk issued a prediction about the up-and-coming improvement of AI tools, surprised and even shocked many in the crypto community. We don't need to read any more about that. So what this basically means is that, and the reason I'm reading this as well is there's two articles that are kind of interlinked. The one about Reach is the second one I'm going to read about this. And it's kind of to do with misinformation. And misinformation in crypto is massive. And I've talked about this before. We receive lots of emails every day from companies saying, will you promote this coin? Will you make a video about our project? Will you do this? Will you do that? And we don't do it. And hand on heart, I can tell you we've never made a sponsored video. We've never made a video that we have been paid for. And that is a fact. And the day that changes, you will see all over the videos that it is sponsored. But as of yet, we haven't been approached by a project that we like enough to make a video about them. We've had plenty of projects come to us that we've made honest reviews about, explaining to you that it's a scam. We've done loads of those, but we've never made a video about a coin that said, right, here's $500, go make a video about this coin. We haven't done it. And that is to our detriment financially, but our reputation is more important than $500, if that makes sense. Now, Reach, this is the second part of the article, and this is what I wanted to talk about. It's a Web3 social platform that comes with its own token, which, funnily enough, is called Reach, and it's going to try and fix crypto Twitter. The new platform is designed to authenticate users and repel the countless bots and scams that circulate on X. Now, the previous article was talking about how community notes were being upgraded. They don't really work for crypto. What happens is, if I put a picture up of, I don't know, Michelle Obama bodybuilding, the community notes after a few hours will come along and say, this isn't a real picture, it's an AI generated picture of Michelle Obama, she doesn't look anything like this, which is fair enough because that's a fact, but it's slow. Now in crypto can turn on a penny, and if we've seen, I'm not going to mention his name, a very famous crypto influencer the other day started to promote a coin, which again I'm not going to mention the name of, and he got attacked for it, quite rightly, because he was clearly being paid by that coin to promote it to his 600, 900,000 users. And that's where the problem lies. The people that you watch are not necessarily telling you the whole truth. They're telling you the version of the truth where they don't look like the bad guys. So they'll come along and say, go and buy garbage coin. It's a great coin, what a project, look at this. Not financial advice. And then you'll all rush out and go and buy garbage coin. And then garbage coin will fall 95%. And you'll go back to this crypto influencer and say, I've lost 95% of the money on my coin, on this coin you told us was going to the moon. And their reply, as always, will be, yeah, but well, you need to do your own research. It's your own risk. I'm not here to tell you, what coins to buy. And it's like a get out. And I think that is morally wrong. And these people are morally bankrupt. They are shilling you coins because they've been paid to shill you a coin. Now, if you look at, what's she called? Kim Kardashian. If you look at Shaquille O'Neal, if you look at any of these people, they've been fined by the SEC for selling you Ethereum Max, selling you the FTX project, selling this, selling you that. They've been fined. But these crypto influencers on Twitter seem to be able to go through life telling you coins to buy that are worthless, making $10,000, $20,000, $50,000 per project and getting away with it scot-free. And I think that is wrong. So anything like this, whether it's just to stop NFT scams being sold to you, coupled with the community notes, this is all hopefully going to put an end to those kind of things, because these people have no comeback. Like the guy that I'm talking about that shilled you this coin, he should be in trouble for this, because he should be taken and said, his account should be looked at. Have you been paid by this project? Have you received a token? Have you done this? And most of the time, they're shady enough to send it to a wallet that you don't know anything about. And then eventually that token will be sold. They'll take the money and then they'll run off and you will be left holding bags of nothing but rubbish coins. So, in recent years, the crypto community has expressed growing concerns regarding the abundance of bot accounts on the platform X. These have adversely affected projects and been linked to financial losses due to their orchestrating phishing campaigns. That's another element of this as well, of course, is one of these influencers can tell you to go and buy this garbage coin. You'll go and buy the garbage coin, but then you'll have to connect your wallet to this garbage coin website. And then at that point, they can then steal your funds. It's just one whole world of scam. And that's why I say to people a lot of the time, you've got two options with your crypto. Keep it on the exchange you're watching us on now. Keep it there. Don't leave it. Don't take it off there and put it into MetaMask. Don't put it into Phantom. Keep your money there. That's option one. Option two is you take your money and you put it onto a ledger. That's option two. Okay? If you do that, one of those two things, your money is going to be safe. If you want to go and gamble on some meme coins, which are the big thing at the minute, or if you want to go and prepare yourself for some of these airdrops, put a fraction of money, $5 or $10 for transaction fees, put that into your hot wallet and use that. If you want to go and claim a free NFT that costs you 50 cents, do that. Do not send 20 Sol, 5 Ethereum, whatever it might be, to your hot wallet, because that's how you're going to lose your money. So don't do it. So Reach is attempting to tackle these challenges by introducing a protocol enabling a unique integration between Discord and X. This integration empowers Reach users to promote their content to a vetted user base while receiving compensation. Co-founders emphasize the necessity for Reach, explaining that X Twitter is the global hub for the crypto community, as we all know. According to the founders, their platform is a fit-for-purpose protocol. Interesting, the platform has attracted funding from Seed Phrase, Zeneca, Pranksy, G-Money, Dingaling, and Mooncat. These investors have previously been involved with Blur, LuxRare, SuperRare, and NFT. They're all NFT platforms. There is a token associated with this. Now, I don't know where this token is listed, so I'm not going to tell you to go and buy this token. That's not the point of this segment. It's to tell you that there are inherent risks in Twitter, inherent risks in listening to any crypto influencer. That includes us. Don't listen to anybody. Take what somebody says on board and go and do your own research. If I tell you that I like Chainlink and I'm going to go and buy Chainlink today, that is not a cue for you to go and copy my trade and buy Chainlink. It's for you to go away, look at Chainlink, decide if you like where that project is going, follow them on Twitter, read their blog posts and decide if you want to buy into their project. Do you understand what they're doing? Because if you don't bother. You should only invest in projects that you understand. Can you explain the project in one sentence? So if I say to you, go and buy XRP, and you just immediately rush out and buy XRP, and your friends say to you, how's crypto going? Oh, I've just gone and bought XRP, it's brilliant. Oh, what does it do? Oh, I don't know, some crypto guy on the internet told me to buy it. It doesn't work very well. Go and read what the project does. Read a snapshot, watch some videos on XRP, for example, and think to yourself, can I describe every coin I own in one sentence? Think of that. Can I describe XRP in one sentence? My sentence would probably be something along the lines of, it is a payment protocol to be used by traditional banks to do cross-border payments more efficiently than they can now. That would be my answer for that. Think to yourself, can you describe your coins that you hold? Can you describe them to yourself and to others in one sentence? Because that's what you do need to be able to do. Now, That at 10:45 is the end of the news, which is brilliant because it means I've got 15 minutes to run the quiz. And everybody loves a good quiz, especially if I can bring up TradingView, get it in the background, and get on with the quiz. What would be good as well is we have a Telegram group. It would be good to get some feedback on what other segments you'd like in the show. I've got to be careful about covering coins which are not listed on the platforms that I stream on. That's one caveat. So if you say to me, can you go and look at Doge, MUSK, Moon in You, then no, I probably won't be able to do that because I've got to only really talk about the coins which are on the platform. So, or on these platforms that I stream on. So if you've got anything you want to tell me about or ask me, all my contact details are in the stream below. Now we're going to get cracking with some quiz questions, give away some crypto, and then I need to get dressed and get ready for my turkey, which I cannot tell you I am looking forward to. This is my first Christmas meal of the year, big tradition where I come from, so I'm looking forward to that. Now, first question. Let me think of one. I've just got to try and fit the question into the box. God, this is hard to type. Right, okay. So, the creator of Bitcoin was called Sate. Is that true or false? The creator of Bitcoin was called Sate. Is that true or false? All you got to do is type that answer into chat and you've won. Remember, if you're new here, please give us a like and a subscribe and a follow, whatever it is you can do, just so we can help. We are aiming at the beginning of next year, we're aiming to get towards 100,000 followers. I think we're currently at about 78,000 followers across the different channels. So if you could help us to get there by following us on these platforms, that would be amazing, because to hit 100,000 followers within a year of streaming on some of these platforms would be amazing. We've only been streaming since May on some of these platforms, or one of these platforms, and we've only been streaming since September on another one of these platforms. So we have come an awfully long way in a very short space of time. So, was the Bitcoin creator called Sate? Is that true or false? It is, of course, false. Munaya, welcome back to the stream. Not seen you in a while. It's not called Sate. He's called Satoshi Nakamoto. Satoshi was his name, not Sate. And believe you me, that was not an easy question to ask, given the size of the question box that we get. Okay, another founder question. Vitalik founded Ethereum. Is that true or false? Did Vitalik found Ethereum? True or false? Did Vitalik create Ethereum? True or false? And that reminds me, one of our streams I need to terminate right now. So if you're watching on a certain platform, smash the like button, give us a follow. If you want to become an OG member, we make videos for you every week in the OG member channel. I'm going to turn that channel off now because we're in the middle of the quiz, and we give away crypto, which